welcome back. We've got a challenge today. You'll remember that in the previous video we went and picked up two 1982 Lada 2106s, and today it's going to be the Escape from Siberia challenge. You have two Ladas, neither of them run. With the pieces between the two of them and only the Lada toolkit, can you make one run and escape Siberia? Siberia happens to be warm and sunny today.
It is very warm and sunny, and we call it Alberia.
Alberia. So stay tuned for that.
We're now going to open the hood and see what we have to work with to see what we can try and make run. So we have a very old Lada engine with all the wires are chewed, all the electrical is shot. If you look back in here, everything is frayed, chewed up, destroyed. Really none of it works. We did verify the engine turns over. We did that so we could even shoot this video. We are going to take some precautions, change the oil, because if the engine is still good, we don't want to hurt it because of contaminants or anything bad. But other than that, it'll be pieces from this car, pieces from this car, and maybe the carburetor off of Ivan. Other than that, it'll be all basic Russian stuff, pulled it to both cars, and see if we can make it run. Now let's go look what tools we're going to use to do this. Tools we're using are all a lot of tools. We actually have a mixture of probably 3 or 4 kits. We have multiples, duplicates of a lot of things, singles of some of it, and we also have our original toolkit from our Lada Niva. Now some of our non-Lada tools are test leads just for bypassing wiring because the electrical all shot, but you could use just regular wiring cut up and it's no big deal. Pairs, side cutters and some oil. Other than that, it's going to be only Lada tools doing this job, make the car run. First thing we're going to do underneath the hood is remove some stuff to make our life easier. This is going to come out of the way. We're going to pull some of the crap out, bad wiring, turf all that stuff out. Then we can actually see what we have to work with and how we're going to go about this.
Time to go through the old socket set and pull out the spark plugs. Wow, we got it on the first guess. A lot of black.
Upon inspection of the removed spark plugs, we found that the old ones are crap. They were mismatched and of different makes and brands and types, as you can see right here. We have 2 Motomasters in copper, and then we have 2 Bosch Platinums in platinum. So, luckily, Siberia has Autolite spark plugs in stock that we're going to put in. First thing we want to do though, before we put them in, is make sure that the seats where the gaskets sit are all blown out, no dirt in the holes. And for that, we're going to use our trusty pump. And that just blows the dirt out from in and around the seat. And then we can install spark plugs and we're good. So here we are. We have the spark plugs installed. We have the cap, rotor, and plug wires off of the Blue 82 on it. We've got power going to the coil. And now all we're going to do is put power to the starter and see if this thing starts. But first we'll add a little bit of gas to the intake manifold and see if she goes. That's enough. She should. If it has spark, it'll run. Now, do you guys think it'll start? Comment down below if you think it will or won't. Now let's put power, crank her over. Nothing going. Next step's check and see if we got power to the distributor and if we got spark. I suspect we've got a bad set of points in this thing, and if we do, we're going to install an electronic ignition system and quickly show you how to do that. First thing we're going to do is check for power. We do have power to the coil. Now, diagnose from there. Guess the next thing we should do is see if that pulses when we crank it. Try to not get blown up. That should pull. No. Let's try the. Let's get power to power. Nothing on the sensor. Now we'll check for spark next. So we did some digging around in Siberia and we found a spark plug tester. They don't come standard with a lot of toolkit. Now we're going to try and see if we get any power coming up to the plugs. So we'll hook the power back up again. We're going to crank this over and we'll see if we get spark in there. No spark. That's exactly what I figured. 9 times out of 10 on a point setup, when they sit, points are shot. So we'll put a electronic ignition in it now, which we just so happen to have. There's one in the blue car and we have a spare. The replacement ignition we're going to put in comprises our electronic distributor. This is used, it's out of the Ivan. That's got all new in it. It has the ignition control module, this right here. This is all the brain box bits and wiring. And that is pretty much all there is to it. We're gonna put this in, hook 3 wires up as you can see, plug this into the distributor once we install it, and that's the electronic ignition in one of these cars. They're as simple as it gets. And then we'll see if she runs again. With new plugs in, the electronic ignition that we've installed, the carburetor that we rebuilt in a previous video, and some power put to this thing, we're going to see if this thing will run. Like what's doing the carburetor? Got a noise to her.
Sounds like it needs a valve adjustment at the minimum.
Yeah.
Sounds top end, doesn't sound the bottom.
Mostly sounds top end. Well, at least that's hope that this thing's gonna be. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the Perrier. This is the gasoline.
Perrier only works on Renaults.
Oh my god. And like we ain't got the timing set or nothing.
Nope. Nope.
Part of the noise you heard coming out of the EGR. Run out of fuel again.
Wild on there.
It runs good actually.
Yeah, I like that noise.
Runs
It needs a valve adjustment.
Yeah, the valves are definitely slapping around.
Needs a valve adjustment, needs the EGR pipes removed. Basically needs just some top end work.
So far, yeah.
Other than that, it's a healthy sounding engine.
Yep. Success! We're able to escape from Siberia, no problem at all. Ladas, dead reliable, park them forever, abandon them, and you can get them running with, what, a couple of tools out of the toolkit?
Yeah, a couple tools, a little bit of parts. No real big deal. Actually amazing.
Yeah, ran well. Didn't drive though. We don't have a clutch system, or brakes,
Or steering,
or steering,
or cooling.
or a cooling system. Yeah, so we don't have
Or seats.
Or seats. We have none of those things, but it does run. And that's important because we had no idea. The engine may have been seized, but it isn't.
Nope.
And that's a good thing. Until next time, stay tuned. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and you'll see what we get up to when we hit the interior of this thing. Later.
Later.